Hey there, Lab Rats. Lloyd here again with this week's video. Today we're going to be talking about painting. In this case, the process that we went through in order to paint our final product here. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running through what we've ended up using material-wise, some tips to make it better, because the end result wasn't as great as I had hoped. And from here on out, we'll also be looking at what we're going to be doing next time. So let's go ahead and jump into the video and see what's going on.
We're starting off with a basic acrylic paint. Now I've mixed a white and a black into a really light gray here, and I'm just applying a simple coat over the entire device. The idea here is that I want to get a base coat down so that I can do multiple coats with it, and then I will apply details over top of that base coat. Now overall, if you're going to be working with acrylic paints, you probably want to go with something that's going to be a little bit higher end than what we used here. This is a basic craft paint that we had here at the location. I had ordered some model paints, which are usually a little bit better for adhering to plastics due to an agent they have within the paint itself, but they did not arrive in time. As such, I'm just using what I can find. Now this is still going to look okay, but I think it would look a lot better with a much more even coating from a more high quality paint. Another thing to note is the weird brushes that I'm using. These are from here as well. What I would have preferred is a much wider, flatter brush for this base coat paint, and then a little bit more of a detailed, fine pointed brush, which I couldn't get a hold of in time because it was with my supplies on order. This would allow me a little bit more control in the next parts here where I start doing some of the accent colors on the items. Alright, after that's dried, I've mixed up a simple blue here, and I'm just going to apply this over top, and I'm going to do a few coats here. So the original coat on the base color, I did about 2 to 3 layers, and then here I'm going to do about the same. I'm just going to do a simple layer here, and then add more as I go. Each of these layers takes about 20 minutes or so to dry. It's not much paint, but it does need time to adhere to the rest of it in order to apply the next coat without more coming off. Alright, now I'm going to apply a little bit more detail here with the black on the edges. This is just a simple black. And then here in the center there's a square that is surrounded by a dark black gray outline, which usually has some circuitry in it. Now I don't have the detailed brush to do the circuitry, but I'm trying to get a piece of tape on there so that I can do the black outline around the actual screen. So I've just cut out a piece, and then now I'm applying that black inner outline there. Now once all this is dried, I remove the tape, and now I'm applying a clear coat sealant. It's going to give it a shiny gloss sort of exterior, but it's also going to make it so that it's a little bit more waterproof. It helps the paint adhere and stay a little bit longer while it's on the device. And here we have our final product. You can see a few little globs here and there. The tape didn't quite stick down, and there's also still quite a bit of detail that's been lost. That's due to the paint brushes and just the amount of time I spent working with the paint.
Okay, Lab Rats, that's going to be it for us this week. So tune in next week where we take a look at our next project. Now before that happens though, I would like to get your input on what things we can do in the future. So what we have coming up is going to be an interesting build, hopefully, utilizing our laser cutter. But I want to hear from you on what you think would be cool to see here in this program. So if you would like to, please comment, like, subscribe, do all those things, but let us know in some form what you want to see. Alright, we will see you guys again next time.